Hi everyone, Linda Heldman here for Canadian Beats. I am excited to have with me on the phone today the first artist to be launched from CTV's The Show, The Launch, Logan Staats. Welcome, Logan.
Hello there. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing really, really well. What an experience for you to be on this crazy ride.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's been. A crazy ride from start to finish. But it's been a great ride. A good crazy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I know just in a matter of hours after being announced as the winner on Wednesday night, your single, The Lucky Ones, hit #1 on
Yeah,
iTunes, and it's still there.
I know. I know. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, we've got to be in what, about 40 hours now, and ah, I am so excited for you.
Yeah, me too. I checked it again this morning, and I was like, yes, we're still #1. It's still #1. So that was really exciting. So I'm hoping we can maintain that for a week. That would be my goal.
That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask you because the past few days have been really crazy with media. How are you
Mm-hmm.
holding up with all this excitement?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
How are
The
you
last part there?
Oh, sorry. How are you holding up with all of this excitement?
Oh, no, sorry. It's like it's one thing to another thing, and it's kind of when you're in between, they sit around and wait. That's when I really feel exhaustion, you know. But other than that, it's just like an interview, TV. It's just been it's and so it's hard to even feel how tired you are.
When it all catches up with you, you're going to sleep for a week.
Yeah, like last night, like one of the first nights I got to sleep, like I was saying, I slept like a stone. It was beautiful.
Ah, awesome. Okay, well, I know a bit about you because I watched the show on Wednesday night and I've done some
Yeah.
research, but please tell our listeners a little bit about you.
Okay. My middle name is Logan. A lot of people don't know that. My last name's Scott, and I come from, uh, one of the biggest First Nations communities in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
Six Nations, which is something that I'm super proud of, And I wasn't raised in my community. I'm just going back now and kind of really submersing myself in the culture and in my family there. And that's been my saving grace, as a musician and as a young man. And I feel like the search for my culture and the feeling of needing to find where I belong is really embodied in my music, and embodied in every chord I play, note that I sing.
I definitely got that feeling about you watching you perform on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Which is great. And you're also a dad to a beautiful 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, Riley. Riley is, there was a point when, as a young man, when I had my daughter, that really, really put things into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really made me want to be the best that I could be, And that was that turning point where I was like, okay, I think I can do something with this voice. I think I can do something with these songs that I'm writing. And I know it's going to be tough, but I think that it's going to be bigger in the long run, for my family and for me. And there's some times I had to, you don't really push through that. But, I'm really glad that I did, obviously, now.
And she definitely seems to be your biggest fan.
She is. She is my biggest fan. She loves the song Lucky Ones. Like, she loves it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, what was it like to be in the greatness of Scott Borchetta, Shania Twain, and busbee?
I'm not going to lie to you at all. It was completely nerve-wracking, You walk into a room with those guys sitting in a chair in front of you, and it was tough for me to even construct a G chord. They made me look pretty good on that show, but when I walked in there, I was shaking like a leaf. You know, like I couldn't even really construct chords with my hands. They were trembling so bad.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know why. I don't know why, but the show felt to me this is your moment. You know, like it was like my 8 Mile. This is it. You got one shot moment. You know, I felt like so. It was like everything I'd been doing for the last 10 years was building up to it,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I had to crush it. You know, so that was you know tough, but you know, rewarding.
And you totally did crush it. Some of the
Thank you.
compliments that came from the mentors were you were commanding, mysterious,
Yeah.
takes my breath away, emotional, and soulful. That is nothing but positive. And
They were all great. You know, they were all great, and every one of them had their own greatness about them. You know, Shania was like this gentle, kind, like even almost motherly, like figure. You know, Scott was, you know, the same. You know, very strong, commanding himself, and very, you know, honest with me.
mm-hmm.
And Busbee was the exact same way. You know, he was meticulous, and you know. He's really tough, but at the same time, really pushed you and really kind of like, you know, twisted you into got all the best material out of you. It was
Mm-hmm.
really kind of cool to work with all of them.
Great,
It
awesome.
was amazing. You know, it was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Now I haven't heard anyone ask you this question, so I hope it's the first time it's been asked. Your
Okay.
audition song was "Beautiful War" by Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration for choosing that song as your audition song?
Well, they told me I needed to have a cover for my audition night.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't play any covers. I'm not a cover musician. You know, I don't play any. But there's a certain songs I've heard in my life. You know, like maybe 3 or 4 of them are my favorite songs that I cover. You know, not for anyone else, but for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And Kings of Leon is one of them. You know, and I love that song. And you know, it was one of the first songs I asked because you had to submit your cover to it. It couldn't just be any cover. You had to get permission.
True.
And it was one of the first ones I submitted, and it worked out. And you know, and it's also, you know, it's my mom's favorite song for me to play for her. You know, so I play that song for my mom a lot.
Oh, that's so
she's
sweet.
used to it and comfortable with it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is great. I love that. Love that. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Okay, so being told after your audition that they wanted you to record The Lucky Ones must have felt surreal for you.
Yes.
Once you were in the recording studio, it seemed to be a bit of a struggle for you to find your groove for that song.
Yeah.
On TV, it seemed short-lived. Now,
Yeah.
was it, or after direction, did it all just seem to fall into place for you?
You know, it was I was in that booth, you know, and I struggled. I did about 4 passes of it, right? And I missed my mark. And it wasn't even because, like, I just hadn't learned the freaking song yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, honestly, they gave me a sheet of paper, they gave me a melody, and then they put me in front of the biggest music people in the world. And I was like, man, I need more time with the song. You know, it's not that I can't do this. I just need to, you know, get in my brain a little bit more. I'm a little bit different. I come from a little bit different history than every other contestant on the show. I feel like my music came from a little bit of a darker place. So I felt like it was just harder for me to really grab it.
Mm-hmm.
But once, you know, I had that conversation with Scott, and you see it on the cameras. It was a little bit longer, you know. It was like about a 10-minute conversation with him where he pulled me out of the booth and told me to take a breath and told me to really think about why I feel lucky, you know, really think about why, you know, about Riley, you know, my daughter, about my girlfriend, about my dad, my family, you know, think about why I'm lucky, and then go in there and try to live in that track. And that's what I did. And yeah, you've seen it all happen. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely great.
It totally worked for you. It's just like you could almost see the switch go, okay,
Yeah.
yes, this is my focus, and I found it.
Yeah, you know, and that's, I guess, you know, Scott just knows how to work with an artist.
Mm-hmm.
He knows people.
Mm-hmm. And I love that the demo that we heard at the beginning was very poppy,
Yeah.
and that's not you as an artist.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all. You know, so, and you see that struggle with me on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was something that I struggled with throughout the whole process. You know, just even before, like, I knew that I was gonna win the song. It was something that I was, you know, scared of the entire time. But you know what, Scott, again, that busbee. You know, like I heard many versions of the song. Uh-oh, someone's calling you. Hello?
I'm here.
Sorry. So I heard many versions of the song, and they whittled it down for me, and they worked with me a lot on that whole specific issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But Scott and busbee, they didn't want me to put something out that wasn't reminiscent of what I do, or, you know, they wanted me to put out something I was comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you made it soulful. It sounds, other than the lyrics, it sounds nothing like the original version. It's something that you truly made your own, and I think that's what people embraced.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to talk briefly because I know we've got to wrap up, but you absolutely killed your live performance. It was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely incredible. And it's hard to believe it all happened within 48 hours. So that's mind-blowing right there. Go back.
Know. That's the most challenging part, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most challenging part because you literally don't sleep. You know, like it takes 48 hours to learn this song, to learn the vocals, to deliver it. You know, and then the whole stress of So it's like it was unbelievable. Like I'm so amazed by everyone that was involved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Just if you can go back to that moment and tell me what your initial feelings were when you were told it was your version that was going to be launched.
So you don't see this on TV, right? But
yep.
That moment where Scott's like, where they like flash Vivian's face and they flash my face, and they're about to tell you, that moment actually lasted about freaking an hour, right? Like we had makeup in between all that stuff, right? So that and you know, every second when you're in a situation like that builds up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you know, and then I remember when they actually filmed the moment. Like, I remember Scott looking at me and he was about to give me the answer, and I remember that moment, you know, seeming like an eternity, you know. So it was just like really, really, really exciting, really, really high stress, and like, you know, and like really, really, really rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It just seemed that everything seemed to fall into place for you at that point. You had spoken earlier about this possibly being your last shot to break into mainstream media, and it happened, and this is the launching pad. So
exactly.
I am so excited to see what this brings for you down the road.
Me too. You know, it's all so exciting. It's all so exciting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I will wrap up, but I thank you so much, Logan, for chatting with me this morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
And I'm hoping, I don't know if this is a possibility, but I would love to see a tour with everybody who's picked as being launched to just go out on tour so we all get a chance to see you perform live.
Yeah, I think that's something that they're trying to work on right now.
That would be great. That would be great. Well, you have that spot that says I was the first winner of the launch, which you can hold on to.
Which is an incredible honor. Like I'm so honored.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Logan. We've been speaking with Logan Staats. Please check him out. We'll put up his social medias. And I am Linda Heldman for Canadian Beats.